Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Kindly subscribe if you are not yet subscribed and turn on the bell icon so that you can get notified whenever I post a new video. And to my old and my returning subscribers, you guys are highly welcome. You guys are the best. I don't take your love and your support for granted, trust me. I really appreciate all you do for me. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for liking, sharing, making comments. It means a lot to me and I don't take it for granted. Today I have a video for radiographers. So if you are a radiographer and you're thinking of how to come over to the UK to practice, then this video is for you. If you have a friend that's looking to, come over to the UK as a radiographer to practice, then this video is for that person. So you want to share the video to that person, okay? Or with that person. And in case you are an intended radiographer, like you're almost, trying to graduate and you're looking to, work in UK, right? Then this video is for you. All right, without plenty of talking, let's just jump right into today's video, all right? So you guys, I might have to be looking into my book because I wrote the whole process down so that I don't forget any detail. So permit me if you see me doing like this or doing like that. So yes, one thing I have to state here is that it typically takes about 3 months for the whole process to be completed, the whole registration process. So from the time you submit your documents or from the time documents get to them and getting your whole license number and all that, it takes about 3 months. But for some reason, sometimes the process can take longer because they have loads of applications that they're trying to deal with. Okay, so just so that you know this, I'm going to be leaving the link for to the HCPC website in the description box, so you might want to go and check that out so that you know a couple of things that I'm going to be mentioning. Number one thing you have to do is to read through the entire guidance for application and the code of practice and conduct, because to be honest, you have to really read through it, okay, so that you don't assume things, all right? And read through instructions properly when you're trying to fill out your application form and all that. So things like as simple as don't use a blue ink or write in black ink and in bold letters can nullify the whole process that you're trying to go through. I'm telling you. So read through all the instructions. So number one thing on the list of things you should do is to get your documents. And your documents, number one of it on the list is your valid international passport. So if you know you do not have a valid international passport, then just start from here. Start from this valid international passport and then you progress onto the other processes. Number two is for you to get your certificate from school. Now, your certificate from school here is not your statement of results. It is your certificate, that one that carries you've graduated with a second class upper or a first class, however, from your school. That is what you need. Another thing you should get from your school is your transcript. Now, you will not be needing the transcript when you're trying to get the license number, right? That license, you will not be needing the transcript, but you're going to need it, okay, when you have gotten a job. Yes, and for you to apply for that English certificate of English proficiency. Another document you need to get is your course form. So this course form contains all the courses that you did in school from year 1 to year 5, and shows that these are your course titles, these are the course codes, and basically all those things anyway. And then you also have to get like a certificate of English is it proficiency now, I'll call it, like a certificate stating that you were taught in English and English was used as a medium of instruction to you. So you need that from the school. Another thing you need is a proof of address, okay? So this proof of address is usually your bank statement. Please, I want you to note that for your bank statement, let the address on your bank statement be the same thing you're going to be using for the whole application process. Once there are disparities, it's not a very good sign, okay? Just make sure that everything you're doing is in accordance, okay? That all in line. That's just what you should know. If you have a family, maybe you have a husband, you have children, please, at the point you're doing your own international passport, kindly do or make their own international passport or do theirs, because you might most likely move with your family. So you want all those documents to be set or, very much available before you get the job. Okay. Another thing you need is your passport photograph. So for this passport photograph, by the time you want to submit your application, you will realize they say do not pin. So please do not pin it. Just use a gum, drop it at the back of the passport, and just place it there. Don't use any pins for any part of that of those documents you're going to be submitting. Very, very important. You have to take note of this. Another document you might need is your marriage certificate. So in this case, if you're married, you have to include your marriage certificate and your affidavit of change of name. This is because you're most likely going to have a different name on your certificate, all right, and then on your passport. So you want that marriage certificate and change of name, affidavit of change of name to cover for that. Another thing that you'll be needing is money. Okay, so you need money for the entire process, for scrutiny fee, for paying for the license, and doing all the runarounds and all that. So yes, money is involved in this whole process. So another thing you might be needing, which you will not be getting directly, is the RRBN letter of good standing. Now this is prepared by RRBN when you have started the application process. So the registration board, the HCPC registration board, will now send an email to them telling them that they need a letter of good standing for this candidate that is applying to practice in UK, right? So for you not to have issues with RRBN, please, I beg of you, make sure that you are up to date with your license fee. So if you know that you've not paid for your license in a couple of years, please just make sure you clear that off before you even start the process, so that it does not stall the entire process for you. So when you've done all of this, you now want to fill your form, make sure that you're getting all the details right, okay, your name, your address, and all of that stuff very right. Then on the form, I want you to note that your emails that you'll be providing for the work experience part of it should be work emails. My dear, do not use Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail or any other kind of mail for the emails that you're going to be using in the work experience sessions, okay? Please try and get work emails. I'm telling you, at least one work email, so that you don't have issues. If not, they might not proceed with the entire process for you. Another thing you have to notice is that after you've gotten all of these documents, you want to notarize it. Now, for the notarization, which will be done by either a notary public, a religious minister, or a high-level civil servant, okay, you want them to notarize the photocopy of these documents that you've gotten. Do not notarize your original copies, and do not send your original copies over. If you do that, I mean, you've lost it. So just take note of that. And then when they are notarizing, they have to write a certain thing and they have to stamp. So they are writing it with their hands, okay, and with a black ink and in capital letters. So they're going to be writing it on some part of the document and then notarizing it, that's putting their stamp or seal on it. So take note of that. That thing that they're going to write is there in the form. That is why I said you have to read through properly. So once all this is done, you can now package it in a brown envelope, get to a DHL company. DHL is better in my opinion, but there are other courier services that you can use, but use DHL, get your tracking number, and then your documents get sent to the HCPC. Now you're going to be tracking this to know where it is and whether it has gotten to its destination. Make sure that you're writing the address boldly on the envelope so that you don't make mistakes, and also the details, however they tell you to do it at the courier office there, make sure you do it properly in bold letters, clearly written. And yes, that's it. I will advise that you double the envelope when you're trying to send it over. Double it, so that, just in case, I'm just saying, yeah, if you don't feel like, no problem, but I'll advise that you double the envelope, okay? And I believe the courier services will take care of the whole packaging process properly. Then you pay for the whatever and send it. When you've paid for it, then after some time, you're going to get a link telling you to pay for the scrutiny fee. So you pay, make sure that your money is down, so that once you get it, because this link, I think it expires in 10 days, you pay for it and then you wait for them to complete the registration process. They'll go through the whole scrutinization process, and then After that, when you must have been successful, they're going to send you an email telling you, oh, congratulations, you've been successful. Now we want you to pay for the license fee. So it depends on the time you're going to be paying for this license, right? It depends on the time. I can't really remember the time frames now, but you either be paying £180 or you're paying £90. So take note of this. For the scrutiny fee, you're going to be paying £495. That is the amount that you're going to be paying. I suppose that's the amount that you're going to be paying, yes. So take note of all this, and then when you're done with this entire registration process and everything, you can go ahead to look for a job when you've gotten that your registration number. So that registration number, you might need to be filling it in when you're trying to apply for jobs and all that. And I wish you all the best. In applying for jobs, you can apply on the NHS website or on Track the Jobs website, Track Jobs, and then get interviews and get the jobs, and you move over to the UK to practice. So in moving over, they will going to offer you a certificate of sponsorship. So this certificate of sponsorship is telling the visa office that you have an employer that's willing to sponsor your stay in the UK and all that. So yeah, this process is pretty simple. Like I said initially, you don't need an agent for it. You can do it by yourself. If you have any questions, please put your questions down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get down to business with you guys. And like, share, comment, and all of that good and nice stuff you guys do for me. Until I come your way again next time, guys, from me to you is bye.